Spring ball's been going very well overall. You can tell we've got a lot of returners. Guys understand our systems. That part has been going really, really well. The carryover has been great. We've been having some big plays on both sides of the football. What I like is we've had great intensity for the most part. We've still got a few guys that got to really step up and decide where they're going to be for us on this football team. And if we can get that taken care of, I think this is going to be an exciting season for us. Looking ahead into this week, we've only got 2 practices left. Friday we've got a no-pad practice. It's just kind of a review of a lot of special teams. We'll actually draft them up tomorrow, and we'll kind of choose up some teams, and I let the young coaches draft them. And then on Friday they practice kind of with the squads they're going to be playing with on Saturday. Special teams is a combination of kind of both things on Saturday, but it should be a fun day. And really what we're looking for on Saturday is just a fun day with a lot of competitive spirit and guys just really getting a chance to kind of show what they can do, and at the same time hopefully stay healthy. So spring has been going really well for us. I think the big thing going on that is I don't know that there's any real surprises. But I think what we've seen is some of the young guys that we recruited have shown that they are going to be the kind of player that we thought they would be. They're stepping up, they're maturing. I think one of the really good things, Patty, that's happened is a lot of the older guys, are now also helping teach young guys. So besides the coaches coaching them, they've also got the older guys that are helping coach them and helping bring them along on some of the finer points as they're lining up and competing. And so that part I think is really good, and that's really kind of one of the biggest purposes of spring ball is to develop some team cohesiveness and develop the depth in the other players that we've got. And I think we're starting to get some of that depth. Obviously Saturday will give us a little bit better idea. One of the things that I shared with coaches at this point so far, even on the other scrimmages, we've kind of had coaches on the field, still kind of coach them as they go. This Saturday, we really won't have the coaches on the field coach them. It'll be just let them get out, let them play, make them have to react on their own when some of the things come up, and see how they handle that. But I'm very pleased with where the young guys are. Obviously, the older guys have been doing great. I shared with you the last time that I was very excited going into spring ball because we broke 40 of the strength conditioning records in this last testing period. And so I think we've got a great nucleus, and what we've got to do is we've got to keep guys healthy, but more important, just like any team and every team, is redeveloping the chemistry of that team. And that's kind of what we're focusing on, and I'm very excited for this team. Well, there is some pressure on some of them, and they need that pressure. Because quite honestly, like we shared with them, not everybody that is out for spring ball is going to be invited back in the fall. And it's a standpoint that they are competing for a spot on the roster. And that competition is not just on a field, it's also in a weight room, it's in the classroom, it's in everything that they do. And so we want our guys to understand the evaluation is ongoing. And we're in a great situation here at Mesa because every year, the last 3 or 4 years, I've had to turn away anywhere from the first year we turned away probably about 30-some young men. Since then, we've turned away 50 to 70 young men every year that want to be a part of this program that we just don't have room for. And we'll still start the season in fall camp with basically 130, 135 guys on the roster. And it would be easy to be at 200 or more. And so I share with guys, our purpose as coaches, truthfully, in the recruiting process is to try and out-recruit them and make them have to work that much harder, to maintain their position, maintain their spot. And so our guys know that, yes, there is some pressure on them to continue to perform, and I want it to be that way. That's the way life is. You've got to continue to produce and perform, and it's been exciting, and so far, for the most part, they've done that. There's always worries. As a coach, you always worry about that. And, for the players, what you're going to see come Saturday is there's a few guys, I can tell you, Sean Rukawa, he's not going to get a ton of reps. He doesn't need a ton of reps. We'll get him a few. We want to see the other guys in some of those game situations. The same thing. Even you probably won't see a whole lot out of Jonathan Beverly and David Tan. Those are guys that we know exactly what they can do, what they've got. And so there'll be a few of those that actually we will hold back a little bit. But when they're in there, they'll be going 100%. And we don't want anybody holding back. In most cases, most coaches will tell you that injuries will occur when guys are trying to control their movements and say, I'm going to slow it down. When you get in football, the best way to eliminate the injuries is to just turn it loose and play. And so we want to turn it loose, we want to play, we want to play aggressively. We'll have officials for it. Just like last week we had officials, and I'll tell them the same thing, call it exactly like you would in the game. You know, if it's penalty, it's penalty. I don't want guys to get in the habit of getting by with some of that stuff. You know, and so we'll mark it off. The team will have to overcome it. We'll punt the ball. You know, there won't be any real live kicking situations in the scrimmage, but everything else is going to be live tackle football. Upcoming in May, we've got a couple of great events. On May 6th and 7th, on Friday night, we've got a social and then both a live and a silent auction. That will be up in the ballroom at 6 o'clock. And this is for basically, you know, we've had, you know, a lot of people involved within the community, but this is basically to help raise scholarship dollars for the CMU football team. And so it has been a great event for us. As we do that, the individuals that are golfing, if they're a sponsor, if they support Colorado Mesa in any fashion, we'd love to get them out. It doesn't matter if they're supporting baseball, soccer, lacrosse, you know, we want to invite them out. And it's just a great social event that night. And then on Saturday is the golf tournament itself. At the golf tournament, obviously they can get online and they can register as a team, they can register as an individual. It will be at Redlands Mesa. It's a very fun, it's an exciting day. It's 11 o'clock shotgun start. But if we go back to the Friday night auction and the social, it's been a great event for us. We've got some great items that have already been donated. As we start looking ahead, there's Daryl McInerney has donated a quail hunt down at Former Ranch down in Texas. It is a phenomenal facility. You know, Coach Beiser just got a Winchester donated. We've got, basically it's going to be for the Phoenix Open, the Waste Management Open next February, for the golf tournament down there in Phoenix. Just some phenomenal setup and ticket situations, as well as just a ton of other prizes. And so there'll be some great things there for people to bid on and purchase, but it'll be a fun night. And then Saturday is a great day for the golf, and it's been a great fundraiser for us, and we want to continue to have that, both for the excitement of the program, for the additional dollars we generate, so we can continue to step up and compete. You know, if we look at our guys have really stepped up and answered the call, and yet we know going into the season we're still going to be quite a ways behind the CSU Pueblos, Colorado Lions, Chadron States, you know, many of these other schools as far as the scholarship situation. We want to continue to improve that. At the same time, we'll never use that as an excuse when we're on the field competing. We've got 11, they got 11, but at the same time, we want to try to continue to upgrade the CMU athletics. We want to be one of the premier teams in the nation every single year.